Yeah, there you go. All right. Today is Sunday night, and we are with Heidi, who has been a coach for just as long as Neil and I have been coaches. And tonight we're just going to share quickly a little bit about Beachbody Nutrition so that you can kind of see some really great nutritional sources that we have. So I'm going to share my screen. Let's do share screen, desktop, yeah. And okay. So this is not exactly, I probably could have just shared this picture. But so this is something I wanted to share that I thought was a really helpful graphic. So if you're watching this on the playback, you can press pause right here and read through this. But Beachbody has 2 nutritional foundations. When Heidi and myself and Neil all started, what we had was Portion Fix. And I actually like Portion Fix probably because it's what I started with, but it kind of taught me how to eat the right amount of food and the right variety of food. It's really structured in the sense of it tells you what to eat, what you can and can't eat. There's very specific food lists, but really nothing is taken out. You're eating from all different food lists. It's not like keto where you're taking out carbs or anything like that. So it's really just clean eating and just showing you the right portion sizes to eat. Plus, on Beachbody On Demand, when you have access to that, you have Fixate, and Fixate is an entire cooking show all about Portion Fix nutrition. That even walks you through how to look at the containers, what each container represents, as well as it walks you through tons of different meals that you can create from it. And then the other, Heidi, do you want to add anything onto Portion Fix before we talk about Tubi?
I think you're good.
Yeah, the Portion Fix is basically like the name says, it's portion control. So size of how much protein do you need per serving? How much vegetables do you need per serving? How many servings of vegetables do you need per day? That kind of stuff. So it says, I need 4 greens and 3 reds and 2 yellows.
So that would mean 4 vegetables, 3 proteins, and 2 carbs each day. So for me, Portion Fix showed both of us, I think, that we weren't eating enough protein, definitely never eating enough vegetables, and overeating carbs. So that's what it showed us, or for me, when I first started.
Right, and your goals, those values will change. It's not one proportion of this to that, to protein to carb. It's not one proportion of things. Each program you're on, each different goals that you have will change the amounts of each containers that you're eating. So it's not just a set for everybody, but it just helps you track what you're getting.
Yeah.
So.
I know for me, whenever I first opened the box and I got like the container set, I was like, oh my gosh, I only get 7 squares a day. Like that's it.
Yeah,
and that wasn't.
You only get one of each of those colors. Yeah. And then you look at it and I bet you were like me. You're like, this is so small. Like,
no, but then at the same time, like, I realized for me, especially as a stay-at-home mom, like I wasn't eating enough. And that was like a big problem.
I find a lot of us aren't eating enough. I'm sorry that I'm clicking while you're talking, but I have a photo. Where did that other thing go? I have a photo that I love to share sometimes if I could find it. I'll keep talking about the other things too, but it's a photo that is container size, I think is what it is. And it shows like me comparing containers, like where I thought like, oh my gosh, that's not going to be enough. And then it was like way totally enough.
Oh yeah. It's a bunch of food.
It's like way more food than I would have. Okay. So here it is. So portion control. So this is like you measuring it out and you're like, oh my God, like that's not going to be anything. And this plate is like, that's like a plate, normal, like it's a normal big plate. So yeah. So I like to show that as well. So that's kind of Portion Fix. Tubi Mindset is really, again, you can pause this and look at it. It's not like some people, if they look at portions, they're going to get stressed out. It's going to trigger things in them. They just need to be free and just kind of eyeball things. But Tubi Mindset is all about tracking. It's, you need, and Portion Fix is about tracking too, but Tubi Mindset, like you want to even make sure that you're tracking, just like little seasonings and stuff, because you'll start to be able to see, okay, I am, I'm really bloated. and you might realize like, hey, I'm having salt, like I'm having more salt than I should be. Or not that I should be, like just salt makes me bloated, eating certain foods makes me feel this way. So it's really about how do you feel around your foods, and then learning as well about foods and what foods are for. So for example, in 2B Mindset, you're going to learn like carbs, you eat them earlier in the day, because carbs are energy. And we really go into the science behind it. Like we go into like breaking down an actual like grain of like brown rice and why there's like the germ, the outer layer. And I can't remember all of the food things in it, but basically like you're going to break down and find like the science behind it so that you have like, it just helps you learn about food to give you a solid foundation, I think, for practicing your internal mindset, your control over that nutrition piece. But with Portion Fix, like most of the time you're not gonna see like chocolate on there, for example, like a regular Hershey's bar. 2B Mindset, it's like you learn things like one bite to try, or eat all of your other food first and then have a little dessert. So it's just a different way of looking at nutrition so that you're really not eliminating food. And even though Portion Fix doesn't eliminate foods, and some of our programs have cheat days in them, for example, if you're doing a fitness program, if you're following Portion Fix the way it's laid out, like you're just, you aren't eating a chocolate bar. So does that sound like, yeah. But I will say us as coaches, all of us live by a rule where we're like, we're not restricted, at least this group of coaches. I know some coaches that are really restrictive. This group of coaches, we are not restrictive. Like we really truly like for people to have a little bit of that 2B mindset sense where they can start to learn how certain foods trigger them. Because I know, for example, I'm just using chocolate as the example. I know that one of my really good friends who started this, she cut out chocolate for the 3 weeks that she did the 21-day fix, which follows the Portion Fix nutrition plan very closely. And she realized that chocolate was causing her a lot of acne and a lot of hormonal ups and downs, that once she stopped having that added sugar, she just kind of leveled out. So it is really good to try something different with your nutrition every now and then to see if it can help you with a weight plateau or some sort of emotional eating, or truly you'll just see that you'll have food triggers. I didn't realize I had food triggers. In terms of when I was stressed, I would eat cereal. Like I didn't realize that until I was following this, and I was like, I can't have a freaking yellow container because I'm all out of yellow containers and all I want is a bowl of freaking cereal. And I realized then, I'm like, oh, you have an association, stress equals eat cereal. And that's what I did for years. So it's really cool to kind of like really just try to monitor yourself with one of these two programs.
Yeah, I think you summed up. I mean, the Portion Fix is better for people to say, okay, tell me the rules. What do I need to do? And I'll go do it.
Yeah.
But, 2B is more of an education about food, people that don't have.
It's a course. It's not.
It's a
it
helps
program,
teach you about nutrition, why different combinations work, what foods are going to be better options, 2 different foods. So it's really cool. Yeah. It's going to help break down some relationship with food type of.
I think all too often too, like life happens, like you go to a birthday party or a cookout or whatever, and like you feel like, okay, well, I had a cupcake and so I totally blew the diet, like I'm failed, I suck, I'm not doing this tomorrow, whatever. 2B Mindset also gives you suggestions on how to handle those situations, and with the fact that you're tracking. Like so often, like people say like, okay, well, I can't have a donut because I'm on a diet. It's like, you may be able to have that donut and like
not gain weight. Yeah.
Because you're like with your workouts or, whatever, it may just not like, you may burn that off and it may not be that big of a deal. You don't know that. Like, so, I mean, now do you have a whole half dozen? Absolutely not. But like one donut may or may not help you or may not hurt you. So like just 2B Mindset gives you the tools to really decide like, okay, is it going to be a weight loss day or is it going to be a weight gain day? Like
or is it a weight maintain day? Like I can eat that donut and I'm not going to lose any weight, but that's okay. Like even if my goal is to lose 50 pounds, it's okay that every once in a while I'm not losing weight on that day, because I know the next day if I eat more vegetables and I eat cleaner options, I will most likely lose another, quarter of a pound or something. And then To Be Mindset talks about, for women, it talks about the time of the month, pregnancy, breastfeeding, all of those things as well are in there. So, well, cool. I'm glad that we added all this. Okay, so the next thing that we'll talk about, just so that we can make this quick so that Heidi can hop off, and since a lot of you guys are going to be watching the playback, you don't have to, sit through a bunch of this. Yeah, so you don't have to sit for 45 minutes. So beachbody.com/nutrition. So this is from the computer. It will look similar on the app. So that To Be Mindset program is a paid course, just so everybody knows, it's clear that's a paid course. You can talk to your coach if you'd like that. Now, the nutrition channels, Fixate and Shakeology, are not paid. Those, if you have Beachbody On Demand, you already have access to that. And so it looks a little bit different on the app than it does here. But basically, this is a great tool when you are in. I was telling Heidi, I was trying to figure out how to get my phone hooked up so that I could show you what this looks like from my Challenge Tracker app, just because a lot of the people that I'm helping are in my Challenge Tracker app. Basically, I'm going to kind of just show you guys right here. Here, let me stop this screen share so that the bigger photo is of the phone. Okay, so up here, it just looks a little different. I'm clicking on the 3 bars that you saw in the top right corner, the 3 bars. I'm going to click on those. And then, I really wish that I would figure this out. Oh, that's like the worst. Okay, you can't really see it, but there's a Nutrition Plus button. And on that Nutrition Plus button, it's pretty much goes back through what I showed you. Only you can actually track. Yeah, you can't see that at all because of the white background. But you can actually track your day. So it has where you can track either using To Be Mindset or using Portion Fix. There's Neil just said, what the fuck? He didn't know that this was in there. He's like, oh, this is awesome. And then again, like that's that other series. Let's see if this one will share, if this one will show. So the dashboard C. So you can track right there your containers. So this shows me I haven't tracked my new containers today. I'm a pen to paper person. But you can use the app, but you can track how much of each container you get. I get a lot. So that's another thing I want to share. I get a lot of containers. I'm in calorie bracket C. I eat around 1,800 calories a day. And I have done that since starting Beachbody because I do more strenuous workouts and my goal is to maintain weight. Okay, so on there too, on the app, oh, it was like so clear a second ago. Don't get me, get this. There we go. Okay, so there's recipes right there. And I know a lot of people have checked out those recipes. And so there's just a whole bunch of different ones that you can get to. Now, I'll also share my screen again, because I really wanted to share this option for people. You can go to Beachbody. Actually, I'm just going to search this. So like if you're in Google, let's just go to Google so that everybody knows how to do this from Google. Googly.
Google.
So this is something that I actually shared in an email this weekend, but I went Beachbody meal prep. And you go to Beachbody On Demand and it's going to bring you to the Beachbody blog and there are meal prep ideas. So I'm just clicking right here. And again, this stuff is on that app. It's just app versus computer. It's kind of up to you, whichever one you want. That app, I think you do have to download the nutrition app. So that's probably, oh, Neil, you don't have an iPhone. The nutrition app is only available for iPhones. What? I apologize. It's not on the other one yet. So meal prep. So if you ever are like, hey, I just really need to know exactly what to cook. Now, all of these are going to follow Portion Fix because Portion Fix has been around longer, but you can meal prep a whole week in advance. So you can just click one of these. You can adjust if you need more or less food. This is one of my favorite ones to send people. Make this no cook 21-day fix meal prep in an hour. So literally, you guys, I just Googled Beachbody meal prep, clicked on the first link. It brought you to that page. And then it was make this meal prep in about an hour. And actually in both the Be Well Community app group and then the Be Well Community on Facebook, I shared this link recently. So this is a really easy way to just like, hey, here's some pretty darn clean foods that I can make and prep on Monday morning if I have time or Monday evening, and I'll have meals for the rest of the week. So that was really what I think all I wanted to cover with nutrition was just all that you had access to, really.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was really funny when you didn't realize that we had that. I'm a great coach. So anything else that you think we should add that people, that would help people?
If you're not in sneaky treats yet, get in it.
Yeah. So week of sneaky treats. So we'll explain that really quickly. So week of sneaky treats is if you have used Shakeology for a really long time, this is a really great way to find new recipes to use your Shakeology for. If you have never used Shakeology, this is a great way, especially if you're like, I'm not a shake person, this is a great way to learn that like you can do a lot with your Shakeology. You can make ice cream, cookies, brownies, and muffins is what we just made.
Yeah.
Pancakes, donuts, like you can make all sorts of like treats that you can bring to family gatherings that you can share with your kids to get them to eat healthier food choices. So sneaky treats is just as it sounds, it's sneaky. It's a way to get healthy food into your nutrition. So week of sneaky treats, you'll see advertised in our groups. You can join it. The recipes are there. If you want to join into the group, it is going to be a separate Facebook group, just so that we can actually have a group of people that like literally just want to talk about sweet treats all day. And so we'll do like each day is themed. There's like a strawberry day. So we're going to talk about like recipes that are more fruity, which we'll use our strawberry Shakeology. Chocolate, vanilla, cafe latte, greenberry, and pumpkin are our Shakeology flavors that we'll talk about. And then each day there's also a non-Shakeology recipe, so that if you just don't have Shakeology or you just want something different, like you just want something different, but you still want to like learn how to make sneaky treats, there's going to be something in there. We're going to talk about nutrition even more in depth in that group. And there's going to be videos every day as well of how to make a shake, so that you can learn how to make something really quick that's really healthy, or you can take a little bit more time and you can bake something. Now, people always ask me about, does the nutritional value of Shakeology go down when you bake it? Yes. If you heat up Shakeology, if you heat up any protein, powdered protein, anything like that, the nutritional value goes down. However, you're making pancakes, for example, with Shakeology instead of pancakes with white flour and added sugar. You're making pancakes that are sweetened from Shakeology and applesauce or banana. Like,
yeah, you're still getting most of it. Some of the probiotics and so forth aren't going to survive and keep, but yeah, I mean, you're still getting
a whole bunch of superfoods. So yeah, it's our coach's like favorite week ever. It's definitely our coach's like favorite week to join in on. So and we love it. And the group blew up last year, so I'm hoping it blows up this year too, just to really encourage people to just find different alternatives. My internet connection is unstable. To find different alternatives to just bring to your holiday gatherings, bring to your office, to share with your coworkers, give to your kids before or after games, make for the weekend. I know we do big family breakfast every weekend, and so it's just another option to give our kids. So thanks. That's a good. I forgot about that. But yeah. I mean, I didn't forget about it because it's all like I was thinking about. it's literally like all I've been doing. But I'm glad that you mentioned it. So. All right. I know Heidi has to go, and like I said, I wanted to keep this nice, short, and sweet. Yep. So thank you guys. Thank you, everybody. Yeah.
Just send them to us.
Yeah. Any questions? Just send them our way.